All right, time for Sit Six Sarah. This is where I got 60 seconds to talk about anything I want. Start the clock, please. Here's what's on my mind this morning. They did it. For the first time since 1966, England's national soccer team is in a major final. This Sunday, England versus Italy in London. That's tasty. Now, I could spend the rest of the segment trying to tell you how special a moment this is for English soccer fans, but instead, why don't I just let them tell you? Man, imagine if they actually win. The next guest we're talking to is from Footy Prime The Podcast, but I've also known him for about 20 years, is James Sharman. He has been the most cynical English soccer fan I have ever met because of years and years of heartbreak. Sharms, I just want to say to you, because I love you, congratulations. What did that feel like yesterday?
Well, let me tell you, Sid, looking at those images, when the English spill and waste beer, something pretty amazing has happened. I'm still in some disbelief. I'm well into my 40s. Well into my 40s.
Well, yeah.
And I've never seen a team in a final. So listen, they haven't won it yet. I think if you look at the press over there, the media, they're acting as if this is it. They've won a championship. Well, that's not happened yet. But just getting this far, if you want to compare it to hockey and where we are, of course, here in Toronto, if the Leafs made the Stanley Cup final, but imagine that across the entire country, everyone's loving it, everyone's celebrating that. That's what it's like. It's a religion over there. They love their team. This team's likable, Sid, as you mentioned, off camera, we were talking in previous editions, the golden generation, not very likable, a lot of arrogance. This team seemed like a good bunch of guys and playing football the right way.
So here we are, Italy, England, Euro 2020 final this Sunday in London. If you're asking me, Sharms, who I think is going to win based on the last two games I saw, it's probably England. Now, Italy have shown they can win any which way in this tournament. They can be fluid. They can kind of hang back a little bit against Spain and still get a result. We got about a minute. Are you leaning any specific way? Because you've always been an honest English fan with me on and off air. What do you think is going to happen Sunday in front of probably 1 billion people TV-wise around the world?
I really think this is the proverbial coin flip. It's that close. Both teams entering the tournament had ambitions, but weren't considered amongst the big favorites. They weren't France. They weren't Belgium. Even they weren't Portugal, Sid. Sorry for mentioning Portugal there. But they were good teams, and they've both, I think, improved as the tournament's gone on. Now, Italy have been the best team so far, played the best football thus far. They've met some real challenges the last 2 or 3 games, but they've overcome those challenges. And as you mentioned, they're perhaps more versatile. England, though, have really peaked at the right time, and they were really tested against Denmark. They showed the world and their fan base they can react from being a goal down. That was a big question mark. So it's a coin flip. I'm going to lean Italy. I think Italy is a slightly better team with more experience at the back in particular. So that's my call. Italy, but a great game regardless.
I'll say this as we go. Italy better score early because the one thing we're seeing with England, that bench is so deep. The longer the game goes, it's their game. They're bringing $100 million players off the bench like it's nothing. Anyway, one game for all the marbles. Congratulations, Sharman. Love you. Enjoy it.
Thanks, pal. I will, I think.
James Sharman, Footy Prime, still cynical to the end. Coming up, you sound off. Christine Elliott, Health Minister of Ontario, yesterday said they're working on the finer points of Stage 3. July 21st is the earliest they can go. We still don't know exact numbers, though. What would you hope to see in Stage 3? Restaurants, gyms, concerts, what are the numbers? 1-866-267-3797. Feedback at breakfasttelevision.ca. Twitter, 24/7, at Breakfast TV. Your opinions coming straight ahead. It is 6:45. Good morning, Toronto. You're watching BT.